when you're in relationships, many times we forget to step back and evaluate the relationship. We are just going through the modes of life thinking everything is going well. But is it?
Well, I didn't really ask that many questions. I kind of was sharing more about my life and really focusing, and the person was so caring and listening to me, and they felt they found a listening ear, but they didn't get to know the other person. One is talking point cards for couples. So if you're dating or married even, there's different areas from, for example, how do you like to be comforted when you are down?
It's not necessarily a red flag, but it's an incompatibility. I might be interested in something else completely different, and I can say I minister to people in my workplace. Welcome back to another episode on Happily Ever After. We are
The Raj family.
And today we are going to see another very interesting topic. What is the most important practice in a relationship? And that will strengthen you. What is it? But before we go to that, we will share a few other points that will strengthen your relationship, and then we will get to the most important aspect that will strengthen your relationship.
All right. Well, I'm excited. So there's many different things that can strengthen our relationship, and we'll share a few of those and few that were truly a blessing to us
Absolutely.
when we were building our relationship until now, because we're still building our relationship.
Yes.
So one of the things is to really serve together, do mission together, have something in common that you're working towards. It really strengthens the relationship because you feel like, wow, we're working towards the same purpose, you're passionate about the same thing, and it's also bringing a deeper meaning because you are blessing someone else in one way or another. So it kind of, well, with us, it's a unique situation because we both were passionate about health and wellness and all of that. So we were so passionate about it that even though we were working at the same wellness center, we're like, we need to start something together. And that's when Natural Healing Project Instagram page started, because that was our first thing, like, let's do this together. Let's share things, share our journey, and just share and build a community.
Yeah.
And it started like that.
Absolutely, it did. But this is mainly for people that are still in the relationship phase and contemplating marriage. It actually helps you to see if the other person has the same mindset as you do. Because not everyone has the same mindset as to do mission work or to serve other people. Different people have different priorities, different people have different mindset, which is not wrong, but will it go along with what you are envisioning? That will be the point that will help you to see it, right? Like, she wants to be in a mission or go on a mission trip, and I don't see it at all. It's not necessarily a red flag, but it's an incompatibility. I might be interested in something else completely different, and I can say I minister to people in my workplace, and I don't feel like God has called me to go on a mission trip, or God has called me to work in a mission place, or whatever it might be. I might not feel that, but she's so strongly drawn towards it. That is not a red flag. It's an incompatibility.
And depending what are your non-negotiables and how you envision it, then you can work with it or not.
Exactly.
But yeah, it does give you like a glimpse into how you can work together, which is what marriage is all about. You have to work together for the rest of your life, not necessarily in the same job, but in a family. There's no way around it. So you have to work finances, work projects and plans and everything. It's like your life together. So it is a great way to get to know each other, see how you both relate to different things. How is your work strengths and ethic and mindset? So which are, his strengths, my strengths, his weakness, my weakness, and how can we help each other out?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And also, this also gives an opportunity to speak and see if the other person wants to do those things as well, right? We can work together. And if we will be able to work together or not, you will have to make decisions. But it'll help you to strengthen your relationship if it is together. If it is not together, check out what other priorities do they have and does it match with yours, because we always want to see something that is common, right? Whether even with building friendships, let's say I like an artist, music artist, and she likes a music artist, we become good friends immediately. And that's because we are built in such a way that we want to see what are some commonalities that we can work together. And the same principle goes here too. If I want to do something, go on a mission trip, and she wants to go on a mission trip,
You will be
it is something
united.
exactly uniting us together, and it will help us to move forward. What would be the next one, love?
All right. Well, there are some books and resources that actually are very good and helped us a lot. One was Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts, or Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got Married. Those two books are very practical, super interesting to learn, and it has like amazing questions at the end so that you can really see how you see it and, you know, what is important to each other. So, books and resources. Also, we have here some things. One is talking point cards for couples. So if you're dating or married even, there's different areas from, for example, how do you like to be comforted when you are down? Or if you had $100 to spend on yourself every week, what would you do? Or how do you describe me to other people? If you wrote books or whatever, what would you name them? So different questions like that. Some we don't necessarily agree 100%, so it's not every single card like the question that you might want, but overall I would say 90% it has amazing questions on different areas, from personal to general to fun to just getting to know each other. So this is a really fun thing to do in road trips and just in times that you are not sure what to do, get to know each other more. You want to share the other thing?
You can share, that's fine.
So another one we had, and some good friends introduced us to it, is this the Adventure Challenge Couples Edition. When you're in that relationship phase, to build it even stronger, it has really cool dates, from going to Goodwill and buying different clothes for each other and then wearing it for the day, to cooking together, to doing different fun things. And we still have some that we haven't done for sure. It has like 50 of them in here. And so you scratch the little piece, you see what is the basically date
Task.
idea, and then you can go and do it. So it's very creative, it's kind of surprise, and you can both enjoy it.
And also, my favorite thing is it's budget friendly. You just invest on this, but they also tell you how much it might cost. So it's very minimum, it's not too expensive, so which is great for a whole lot of people, because we don't have extra money to just spend money frivolously and do whatever we want to, but we are spending minimum, but at the same time we are able to learn and enjoy each other's company, learn about each other, and grow together.
And there's another book which we don't have it here right now, but actually you can find it in our website, that is Learning to Love. It's this little oh, okay, we have it around. So this one, we wrote 7 intentional dates. So dates that you do with the intention to really connect, team building, get to know each other, have fun, but really with like meaning. And so there's different ideas, and then there's relationship challenges that you can do every week or every month. And so that keeps the relationship flourishing and with very interactive things. So this is some of our top things that we have used and that we have enjoyed and that really helped us
Yeah, yeah,
in our relationship.
yeah. It sure did. It sure did. Especially with the adventure challenge, it was fun because they have different types of tasks, and it brings you together. It somehow you have to work together. If you are unable to like come together even with that, then there's something really wrong with your relationship and you need to reevaluate, because that thing really brings people together. And it was fun, it has been fun. So the next point that I would say is to learn about each other. That is something Debbie really appreciated of me when I shared, I want to learn about you, I want to know more about you, who you are, and what are your interests. These are, and of course, I didn't share it just so it will be the right thing, because at that time I didn't even know that was what she was longing for. But I felt like I wanted to know about this girl because I'm gonna marry her one day. But I don't know much about her because there is a whole lot of experience that she's gone through in her life. What are her interests? What are her dislikes and her experiences from the past? And what does she envision for the future? Does she want to have children or work wise? Different things. Had a lot of things, and I would ask her questions, and she would ask me questions. And I think learning about each other is very important. And we have come across someone. Do you want to share about this person that did not
So, yeah, we've
learn?
come across people that even are married, but they might not really know about each other. And sometimes, like, oh no, my husband or my wife, they don't like this. And then we hang out with them, and then they actually really do. Or, oh, we actually like to spend like just in nature time. But the other person is like, I want to go shopping or I want to go and be in town. And so I think sometimes we think we know each other, or we think this is the ideal, and then we just stop learning about the other person or really asking, like, what do you truly like? Instead of like, oh, you don't like this, right? We like nature more. But really let the person express and share, like, I like nature, but I also really like this and that. So then, and we've also met people that have been married for more than a decade and they didn't even know when they got married basic things like where is the other person from. And that's like, wow, did you actually date it? Did you ask any questions? And some people have said, well, I didn't really ask that many questions. I kind of was sharing more about my life and really focusing, and the person was so caring and listening to me, and they felt they found a listening ear, but they didn't get to know the other person.
And that is one of the biggest problems as well. In one of the other episodes, we shared about it. Like sometimes we get into a conversation, it becomes all about us, and then we are not listening to what the other person is saying. We don't know anything about the other person. Then, but we are moving forward because the other person feels like they should move forward, and because they know about us, but we don't know about them. And that plays a vital thing. And another point that comes along, but it is more like a sub point, is learning about their childhood experience. That's also priority because we all go through trauma, we all go through bad experiences, but there are also some memorable experiences that we can cherish. How much do you know about the other person's childhood? Do you even know about the other person's childhood? How did they feel growing up? What were their unique experience that they've gone through? What if they go back in time and to live? What would be the time period that they would want to live? Ask those questions. That really helps. I would like to learn more about Devi, but she's like, there is a lot that has happened. You need to be specific. So at least she tells me how I need to ask, then I can ask her. And every now and then I ask her specific questions. During these years, what did you do? And then she will share, okay, this is when I was in Argentina, my grandmother was there, whatever, whatever. And the story goes on. So learn about those things for everything, to understand everything. Yes, there are great experiences, memories that you can cherish, and maybe who knows, on your engagement or your wedding day, you can make some things come to fruition. Like you can plan and be creative with that. If you don't do, it's okay, it's not a bad thing, it's just some ideas. But also, there are some traumas that they've gone through in their childhood or growing up. It will help them to you, it will help you to understand why they react in certain ways. You know, it'll help you to understand totally. And I've shared what happened in my high school with her. She understands me. Oh, okay, so this is what has you had to go through in your school because of this and this. So learn their childhood specifically, growing up, of course, not just childhood, but growing up, how it was and what they've gone through, good, bad, ugly, everything, the best things. So you know who you are in relationship with, you know who you're going to marry. Without that, you are just like marrying some random person that you know at the face value for a few months, maybe a year, but you didn't really know who they are.
And the older you get, the more years you have to share. So there is a lot that can be learned for sure. Anything else that comes to your mind that is important habits or things to include to develop a relationship when we are already dating or,
I would say do activities as well. Besides the books and the resources and asking questions, do activities. Like Debbie and I, we played tennis. I taught her a little bit. Not that I am a excellent player. I am also still learning. But we spend time playing tennis. We spend time going for walks every evening after work. We both would go for walks, and it just, there is something beautiful about it, doing things together, right? Besides mission trip, besides doing going on dates, but also there is something more when you're just doing activities besides that, playing together. Like, yeah, I shared already, tennis. Play tennis or badminton or
if it's winter, go to the snow and have fun and slide and
yeah,
visit new places, like just explore.
go on hikes, and also I would even say sometimes, not always, but sometimes have friends go with you, right? Have friends go with you, and you're able to spend time together as a group. And yes, I know you wanted to share something. Go ahead.
Just now, something that came to my mind is double dates. It's super fun.
Yes.
Like with friends that are
Yes.
also dating, or even like if you are around your parents and they're together, that you can be like, hey, let's do a double date. So two couples go out to do something.
Yeah.
We've explored a lot of things, from going like to a trampoline park that it was all, jumping and things. We've done double dates or going to see in the winter like a lot of lights and very creative things, explore new restaurants,
We've done camping.
camping. That was super fun with like two other couples. And yeah, just brainstorming with someone else and plan something together. So it's like a date, but with double fun in a way, because you're
Yeah.
doing it with others. And so it's not as personal for the couple, but it's more refreshing and empowering as a group.
Yeah, because there is so many other things that you will do just as a couple, like going on mission trip or doing this adventure challenge, or taking one of the challenges from the book, learning to love, and ask questions and different things. You are doing it together, just the two of you, but also you don't miss out or lose your other friendships just because you are in a relationship, right? You spend time with the other people, double dates, triple dates, whatever works. Of course, double date would be much more preferable than bigger group, because now you're just in a group doing things together instead of more personal, intimate connections. So that I would definitely say. Do you have any other point besides of
The last
most
one.
important thing that we are going to share? We will promise we will share it soon.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think also just surprising each other and planning things that are not all planned, but it's spontaneous planning, ideas and dates. So I think that really creates like this anticipation, this like, wow, what's happening? And it really is really special, at least for me.
I love that. Oh, I love. Debbie is more of an organized person, so it has to be scheduled and all of that. For me, it is more of being spontaneous.
But I love surprises as
Yes,
well.
yes. And I still remember one time when we were still dating, I set up different, what is it called, post-its, like a treasure hunt for her, and she was like checking out everything, and she was super thrilled. And then one of the tasks is to that I would give her $10 and we will go and she will buy a dress, right? And we were so excited. I mean, she was stoked, and I was like, yes, something fun to do, because I am not much of going and buying clothes that frequently. So when we both went and she found a good dress, it was really nice. So be creative. If you want to do creative things, feel free to message us privately or email us, and we are happy to share some ideas, or we can brainstorm some ideas, and we will see how it works out, because we can work together as a team, right? We are here for that, so feel free to message us.
So yeah, those were, I would say, the main things that come to my mind. I cannot think right now of anything else.
That's fine. So now is the point for the main practice or habit. Yeah, habit practice. What is it, love? I would love for you to share it.
Give each other space. Give each other space so love can actually grow, and that it's not overwhelmed all the time, constantly sharing, constantly doing, constantly talking, that you don't have time to breathe and actually enjoy and savor the relationship. So give each other space so that you don't become codependent on each other. So that's the most important thing, because all of the other things are wonderful, but if this one is not in place, it will just destroy everything else. And so take breaks once a month, or even once a week, a little bit, like give each other space. This day, I think we had like Wednesdays or Tuesdays that we would generally say, we will maybe pray together once a day, or, see each other because we worked at the same place. But then we will not really spend the evening or talk so much, but talk with our friends, connect with others, give each other space. So it really helps the love to grow, and also to evaluate, like, how do I feel about this person? Do I miss them? Do I value them? What about them do I like? If you're constantly on top of each other and sharing everything and don't give each other space, you cannot really evaluate, and you feel like it's so good maybe, or it's really gonna happen, but you're not really even processing it.
Exactly.
So it's not really your own emotions, but it's just the intensity that it creates, the illusion that things are good.
I totally agree. In my past experience and with my ex, that is how it was. We would spend morning and evening. It was a long distance relationship, and we would spend time together. Every day there was conversations, one day after another, one day after another, one day after another, and it came to a point where I had to go somewhere out of the country on a mission trip. That is when I had a complete pause in the relationship, and I started evaluating how was the relationship, what was happening. I did not have that opportunity before because I'm constantly connected, but when I was in this mission trip, I was able to step back, evaluate the whole relationship, and I'm starting to see some patterns that I did not appreciate. I did not process any of this while I was still in the US, and I was not able to process any of those things. But then when I was by myself, not that I was with her at that time, but in terms of mentally, when I was by myself, I started to evaluate, man, this is not a personality that I would want to be with because of different things, and doesn't match what I'm looking for. But I was not able to process it all those months. And then I had to step back. I had to make changes in the relationship, or, yeah. So when you're in relationships, many times we forget to step back and evaluate the relationship. We are just going through the modes of life thinking everything is going well. But is it? It helps you it helps the other person. I think you both deserve that. You both deserve a pause, step back, and evaluate how the relationship is going on. Now, if the other person is like, if they are codependent and they are not letting you to have that space, if they are wanting to be on top of you, and if you say, I want us to have this break for a couple days or one day or just the weekend, and they are not letting you, they are not respecting your boundary in that aspect, you know that is a red flag. You cannot blame anyone else. You cannot say, oh, I didn't see it. You know it's a very clear given red flag. And if they are going to disrespect your boundary, then it is going to get even worse in your marriage.
And the important thing is, if you are really clear with each other, you value spending time together, you love each other, but you're just asking for space, for, be able to process. It's healthy. It's healthy. So, if we are codependent and we are afraid to lose someone, we will act like kind of desperate and afraid all the time, and that would lead to more attachment. Or if the other person, they will act like that, or if you both are, you both will be stressed about it, so don't want to let each other go. But if you both are like, if it's meant to be, it's gonna go forward. And if truly this is the person that I want for life, then giving each other space will only make us flourish even more in love, because true love flourishes with space, not disconnect. Not like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, or I need time because you're too much. Like, that's not how it should be. But at the same time, a healthy space and time here and there, it's important, because you have your own life. 100%, it's not everything the relationship. You have your own life, and you should keep up with it. Your personal time with God, your wellness journey, your sleep, your other friends and relationships. Yes, things will change when you are in a relationship and when you have your marriage. Not everything can continue in the same way, because anything you're saying yes to, you're saying no to other things in your life at some level. But you still should keep up with things that are important. So this is the single most important habit that will help your relationship to thrive. And if you realize that you have codependency or the other person, you can work on it by reframing your thoughts. Instead of like, this is bad, it's going to end. If it's meant to be, it's going to move forward stronger. And if it's not meant to be, and we're so afraid, then maybe we need to work on this, or we need to let it go. So
when we were in relationship, or even now, we did that, right? We do that every year. Once a week we will part ways. I would go to my brother's place, she would go to her friend's place or her parents' place. So every year we've been consistently doing that. And when we come back, of course we are in touch, like we have phone calls, we pray in the morning and evening, and but rest of the day, wherever she is, she will be doing her stuff, and wherever I am doing my stuff. And then when we come back, it is even more better. It's even more like refreshing, and it's like it's another fresh flow of love, and that is so beautiful for us to experience. I still vividly remember the first time when we parted ways, and then I come back. When I am coming back, I see Debbie running towards the car to welcome me. I've never had that happen to me before. First time someone running to come and greet me was like, it was like I was in a bliss. It was a beautiful experience. That's something you need to have in your relationship. It helps you to evaluate. Now on the flip side, if you are gone from your partner for a couple days, and if you feel like you are more free now, and the thought of coming back to your partner is making you feel stressed out, red flag again.
yeah, because it should, yes, renew our love, but it shouldn't feel like it's a burden or something we need to breathe when, So definitely we should enjoy the time. We should be blessed together, but we should also give space. And we don't necessarily plan like, okay, this year we need to go away for a week, but we naturally let it flow to give each other space to spend time with either close friends or family. We love to do it together, but if sometimes works better separately for different reasons, we freely give that space because we know that it helps our relationship to get stronger, and that when we give that a little individuality and freedom also helps to strengthen our marriage in different ways and to just keep growing as individuals as well, so we don't become handicapped that now we cannot live life by ourselves anymore and everything has to be together, because the more you do things together, sometimes the more you also can start feeling like I cannot do anything now by myself. So it's good to just balance it out and keep growing in that togetherness, but also remember that we can give each other space, and it's one of the best habits we can do to let love flourish.
Well, we hope this would be a blessing to you as much as it was a blessing to us. And we pray that your relationships will be nourished and nurtured well with good practices, good habits, and that one day you will get married and you will be able to see all these points that we shared has played a huge role in your life.
So, as we've shared these points that for us were important, we hope that this will help you in your relationship, and we will see you in the next episode.